Alright, y'all. I said I'd make a video on pretty much how this whole method of me growing my tomatoes vertically works, which is called the lower and lean system, which is my favorite system to grow tomatoes because it saves space to grow vertically, and it just keeps things, you know, less messy, basically, to me. But anyways, one of the main things that I definitely want to point out is every tomato, every tomato that I'm growing vertically, keep in mind, y'all, it's an indeterminate variety of tomatoes. So I've scouted these varieties of tomatoes out, beefsteaks on this side, cherries on this side. All of them are indeterminate tomatoes. You cannot do this with determinate tomatoes. Just FYI. So, anyways, one of the main things about the lower and lean system is basically how do you get the tomatoes to grow up the string. So, show you guys real quick, as best I can. So, right here is the string, okay? Goes up. And this is how you're going to this is how you're going to make the tomato grow up the string, okay? For one, you're going to use these clips, okay? Some people do it differently. Some people stake the string in the ground, right, to keep it from moving or whatnot. Some people do it like I do, and they just simply, clip the clip on the string, right? Because the clip itself, let me show you guys. The clip itself, right? How it works is it has this little notch right here with these little teeth, okay? So basically you put the string in that notch around the tomato plant, right? Make sure it's in the notches in the teeth, and you clip it around the tomato plant. And then as the tomato plant grows, you're going to prune the suckers. I will go over the suckers as these plants grow, and I'll actually show you guys how to prune the suckers a little later on. But anyways, so basically as you prune the suckers, that will tell the plant to vine up, because like I said, it's an indeterminate variety. That's the nature of the plant. It vines. So as it vines up, right, you're just going to take another one of these clips, and again, clip it in the notch where the teeth are around the tomato plant as it grows. And that's how you get it to grow up the string. One of the methods that I was using before, I used, same method, different tools. So one of the tools that I was using before, like I said, same method, different tools, was it's called a tomahawk, right? Or no, a tomahawk, sorry, tomahawk. So basically, I got rid of them all, but basically you guys can look it up, tomahawk, it's the same concept. But these things right here, why I like these, right, is because I'm actually going to show you guys right now, best I can, okay? So, over here looking rough. Anyways, y'all, alright, so this right here is the tool that the string is coming from, obviously. But why I like these better than the tomahawks is because these just basically feed the string, and you don't have to go up there and unwind it, lower and lean the plant that way. you can basically, like, as the plant grows, because it's called a lower and lean system, because the plant will literally lean, right? Because it's not going to grow all the way up the trellis. You don't want it to grow all the way up. You want to lower it as it grows, and it'll lean to the side, right? That's why it's called the lower and lean method. So anyways, this has a little notch, right? Right here on this side, it has a little notch. So that way, pretty much, the string stops the feed, right? Or the notch stops the string from being fed, right? So bam. But you can, instead of having to go up there and physically undo the string from the Tama hook system, all you have to do is press this, right? And it feeds you as much as you want. So basically, as you get to the lower and lean, you know, you can just press this and it goes down, and then it locks in where you want it to, right? So to me, that was a no-brainer. I mean, these things are amazing. This is my first year using them. I hope that I explained it enough for you guys in detail, but basically that's how it works. This is the same method that you will see in like industrial sized farms growing tomatoes, like, right? You walk into those big old greenhouses and they're just gonna have rows and rows and rows of indeterminate tomatoes growing up like vines, and they're more than likely they're going to be on these. There'll probably be a little, you know, more heavy duty or more industrial or whatnot, but this is basically what they're going to use, or this is what they're going to be using. So this is what I'm using this year, just because it's a lot easier. Again, if I had one of the Tama hook things, but I don't, I would show you guys. But basically, you would have to, like, it was like wrapped, right, in like a metal thing, kind of like this, and basically didn't have this part, so you'd have to, it was wrapped like this, so you'd have to, anytime the tomato grew, now you gotta, you know, unfold it, give it more string, feed it more string. Well, with this system, like I said, it's just a lot easier. You just push this, you know, bam, feed the string as the tomato grows, and it just makes it a lot easier on the person growing, you know, the actual produce. So it's just basically more convenient. But yeah, I hope that helped. So I hope that was, like, you know, comprehensive enough. If not, I can, you know, try to do another video to be more comprehensive, to actually show you guys. I can find one of the Tama hooks or whatnot. But I do hope that little bit that I gave you guys right now did help. But anywho, much love, y'all. Happy gardening.